Okay, so thanks everyone for taking your time out of your evening, and I hope that it's Friday night. How rock and roll are we? It's Friday night, and I wanted to do something different, and I was going to plan this just for my team, and I mentioned it to Olivia, and Olivia was like, "Oh, that sounds amazing," and I said, "Well, would you like me to open up to the Princess Movement?" And then I just thought, you know what? Anybody can do this because it doesn't have to be completely business orientated. If you have goals and dreams and you want to hit 2018 running, you want to have a better year than this year. I don't know whether your year 2017 has been a good one or if it's been a bad one. It's not been my best one by any stretch of the imagination. I've definitely had better years. Oh my God, Sophie, are you watching from the aeroplane in time? Like, are you? No way! That's amazing. Oh my God, this is so cool. Sophie's on her way to her wedding in Thailand, and she's on the plane and she's listening in. Now that is dedication. I love it. That's made my day. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. We're going to do some goal setting, and I want to have a bit of fun with it because so for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Sally Murray, and I've been in the business it'll be 3 years in February. I went from joining the business to QNMD in 7 months. I achieved, smashed all my goals out of the park in the first the first year of being in the business. I'd created vision boards and ticked everything off. I wrote down all my goals, I ticked everything off, and it was amazing. Things have leveled out for me in the last couple of years, and things have, as with anything, not everything can keep going up, up, up. Everything has to level out at some point, and this has been my growing year. At the beginning of this year, I wrote down all my goals, and I'd read The Compound Effect. Can you go and grab my book over there? It's that one that's in amongst that. You see the black one? You see the black one? I don't want the black one. I want the one that's wrapped around it. So I started reading The Compound Effect.
Yes.
Yeah. A couple of years ago. Thank you, my love. This book is like a Bible. As you can see, it's been dropped in the bath a couple of times. It's been on holiday. It looks like a bag of crap because it's well thumbed. It's literally like a Bible to me. Because as I was reading it, I came across all these light bulb moments, and it really makes you focus on how you can change your life and you can achieve any of the goals that you set for yourself. So you are completely in control. If you can dream it, and if someone else has already achieved it, then there's no reason to say that you can't. You just have to develop the right mindset and the right habits to be able to achieve that. And that's not going to happen overnight. So firstly, before I do anything else, I want to play you just a little bit from this book. It's 4 minutes, but it'll get you in the right mindset. Now, if I can remember to do this right without completely doing this wrong. All right, Lexi, this is where you have to be quiet for a few minutes, all right? My little trusty helper today. Oh no, it's not gone to my phone. 2 seconds, technical hitch. What did I do? Send this to me, Sally Murray. Send. Right, it's got me there now, right? Right. Sugar puffs. Okay, so it's not going to work like that. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, my well laid out plan's not gone according to plan. 2 seconds. SoundCloud. So you can actually listen to this for free. So Compound Effect. Hardy. Compound Effect. Fabulous. It's going to be nice and easy when it comes up. Come on. Oh, like this bit.
Success Books presents The Compound Effect. Multiply your success one simple step at a time by Darren Hardy.
Can you all hear that?
By the author.
It's just this 4 minute bit.
Before we jump into the book, I wanted to take just a quick moment to thank you
for
honoring me with your time and attention, and for joining me on this amazing journey. We have poured a lot of love and care.
Hold on a minute.
Goals.
Here we go.
As I mentioned before, the compound effect is always working, and it will always take you somewhere. The question is, where? You can harness this relentless force and have it carry you to new heights, but you must know where you want to go first. What goals dreams, and destinations do you desire? When I attended the funeral of Paul J. Meyer, another mentor of mine, I was reminded of the richness and diversity of his life. He achieved, experienced, and contributed more than dozens of people combined. His obituary made me reassess the quantity and size of the goals that I set for myself. If Paul were here, he would tell us, if you are not making the progress that you'd like to make and are capable of making, it's simply because your goals are not clearly defined. One of Paul's most memorable quotes reminds us of the importance of goals. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. The one skill most responsible for the abundance in my life is learning how to effectively set and achieve goals. Something almost magical happens when you organize and focus your creative power on a well-defined target. I've seen this time and time again. The highest achievers in the world have all succeeded because they mapped out their visions. The person who has a clear, compelling, and white-hot burning why will always defeat even the best of the best at doing the how. Let me jump off here for a second. When we asked what was one of the most important things the legendary Bobby Bowden did to make his team such a dominating force in college football, FSU won 12 Atlantic Coast Conference championships and a total of 377 wins under Bowden's leadership, an extraordinary feat. He said, at the start of every season, we take about 4 days to get away from everything, including the phone, where people can't get to us. During that time, we discuss our goals. I talk about our goals for the year. I'm a big believer in setting goals. But more important to me than setting them is writing them down. Doing that makes me and everyone around me stay the course and stay accountable. And then we talk about how we're going to go about achieving them, breaking them all down and what everyone must do to reach each goal. We talk about what everybody's responsibility is and then what our responsibility is to the university and to the players. Oh, and another great point and perspective on the topic of goals was shared with me by John Assaraf. John said, when you write a goal, ask yourself, am I willing to trade my life for the accomplishment of this goal? Because essentially, that's what you're doing. Wow, what a great point and a great perspective. How many times have you seen people give major chunks of their life for the achievement of the wrong goals? I remember Jim Rohn saying, if I had known how much going for some of those early goals would have cost me, I probably wouldn't have paid the price. One last piece of advice I'd like to offer you when it comes to setting big goals for yourself is this. Before you write your business goals or your business plan, build your life plan. Figure out what kind of life you want to have first. Where do you want to live? What type of people do you want to be surrounded by? Whether you want to work nights and weekends, whether you want to travel and how much and where, whether you want to be home for dinner every night, if you want a short commute, what type of environment you want to go to each day, how you want to dress, etc. Then build your business or your professional plan around these criteria. Most of us have done exactly the opposite. I know I did for many years. We build our business plan first. We outline all our big goals, plans, and ambitions, and then figure out how to fit our lives around them, usually sacrificing most of the rest of our life. Or sometimes we define a professional plan by outlining the money we want to make and the titles we want to obtain. Again, sacrificing much of the rest of our lives. If we continue to live this way, when we get to the end of our lives, we're likely to discover that we paid too high a price and sacrificed what was really important in life for too little.
Cool. So that's that bit. And
How goal setting.
Not very good with technology. Me and technology don't work very well. Oh God, what am I doing now? Stop share. Okay. So basically, when I listened to that, I was like, okay. So I always write down my business goals first, right? How many of us go, right, what are our goals for the new year? And we go, I don't know, DD, SDD, NMD, PMD. And we're like, yeah, that's what I want. And I want to earn £5,000 and I want to earn this and I want to buy that. And you're like, but what happens to the rest of your life if you're focusing solely on that? You need the rest of your life to be good and balanced in order for you to achieve all of these things. So going back to when I said to you at the beginning of the call, like last year, I wrote down all my goals. I wrote down, having read this book, I wrote down my business goals, finance goals, personal goals, materialistic goals, and emotional goals. Now, I sat and did this all one morning, just sat by myself with a cup of coffee. I was doing The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod at the time. So it was like a little bit of a time of reflection for me. So I'd read the book and decided to write down my goals. And I wrote down everything. And I wrote it all in this book. And I closed the book and I put the book on the shelf. And I left it for a year. And I've literally only just looked at it. Now, I remember writing down all those goals. And I know, and I can show you on this, I've got, I want to be NMD, IMD, EMD, PMD, Club 24, Club 39. I want to go to head office at the team. I want 4 new PB legs, recruit 75 front downline, 500 customers. I want to speak on stage at a regional convention. I was dreading opening this book this week. I was thinking, oh, shit, I didn't achieve any of that. Like, I really didn't. Like, there's hardly anything. But I did speak on stage at the regional convention in Birmingham in February, which was amazing, so I got to tick that off. What I was also able to do is when I looked at the finances. I wanted to earn £5,000 a month to pay off all my credit cards, blah, blah, blah. Did I do it? No. You know, not ticked anything off again. But then I got down to personal development, personal, emotional and materialistic things. Now, this is where it got interesting for me because I'd written down all of these goals and I'd completely forgotten about what they were. And now I look back, I've actually ticked off literally all bar 1 or 2 things off of these goals. And there was a lot there. So things from I wanted to read 12 personal development books in a year. I've done that. I wanted to be more present with my children and spend less time on my phone with them. So I wanted to basically manage my work-life balance. I've managed that. Do I spend as much time on my phone anymore? Mind that glass, mother. So then I wanted better health. My health has improved massively. I wanted to spend more time with friends. I wanted to spend more time with family. I wanted to focus more on a constructive work methodology. Things like I wanted to prove my strength in adversity, be a better mum, learn to manage my stress better, learn to accept help and dealing with better things, stop being a bitch to myself and start putting myself first. Now, all of these things might not sound very much, but when you actually go back and you realise that you've actually achieved a lot of personal growth at the end of the year, it's amazing. And it makes you realise that, okay, so this year wasn't my best business year. My best business year was 2015. This wasn't my best business year. But you know what? It was a really great growing year for me personally. I've actually come a really, really long way, personally, emotionally. That means I'm surely now more set up for a much better business year next year, which is what I'm hoping. So what I wanted to do with you guys is I want to go through, and I bet you're probably wondering what the jars are for, what's your glitter for, what's your stickers for, and all your pretty colour pens. I know that's why everybody's here, and it will be all revealed. Oh, bless, look. Oh. Lexi's made up some glasses as well because she wants to get involved and do some. Can you put, oh, you've done that as well. Thank you very much. So, don't do that one. Don't do that one. So what I wanted to do is if you've got, like, we're going to do another 5 minutes where you just listen to something. Now, this is where I need you to be able to be undisturbed for like 5 minutes. I want you to listen to this. Now, I was going to try and do this myself and do a little guided visualization with you, but I've chickened out because I'm scared and I don't know what to say. I don't want to be a complete shushment, yeah? In a minute, yes. And I just thought, I don't want to do it. So I found one on YouTube, which is like 5 minutes long. It's not the best one I've ever found, but it was the best one I could find. But what it's going to do is just get you a chance to just focus for a minute. Focus on you. Focus on where you are now. Focus on what you want. And then as soon as we get off of this visualization for 5 minutes, so you're not going to go into like any crazy trance or anything. So if you're driving, you can probably still do this. Just keep your eyes open. You're going to literally, as soon as we get off the call, I'm just going to say go, and then you're going to get your pen and paper and you're going to write down everything that you were thinking, everything, all the dreams, all the goals, all the ideas that you were thinking, and get them down on one piece of paper. It doesn't matter how they come out. It could be jumbled. It could be all sorts. And I'll ask you some questions and things that you can like give you to sort of bounce off of to give you some ideas of the things you might want to write. So now let's hope that this link works. Let me see if it won't work. But if we're all sitting comfortably, you need to be very quiet now. You can do this if you want. You want to sit there quietly and listen to the guided meditation. You like guided meditation, don't you? Yeah.
Can I put these stickers?
You can put some stickers on, yeah. Right. Very quiet. Don't move these around.
Here is your meditation.
Oh, can you hear it?
To prepare to make your vision board. Let's take a few minutes to sit quietly and get into the creative zone. Find a quiet place where you will be comfortable and undisturbed. I'm going to suggest some images and breathing cues to help you allow a positive atmosphere for creativity to grow and to release any self-doubts, worries, or other limiting thoughts. You can use your own ideas and images if you prefer. Here we go. Sit in a chair with your feet on the ground, your spine straight and supported, and relax. But no slouching allowed. Now close your eyes, rest your hands on your thighs with your palms facing up. Now feel the soles of your feet on the ground. Feel the chair underneath you and at your back, supporting you as you relax into your body and breathe. Throughout this meditation, if you notice limiting thoughts coming up, such as, I can't do this, or this is too hard, just for now, just for this moment, let it go by visualizing the thought as a dark cloud that dissolves as you breathe out. Breathe in and relax your body. You are the co-creator of your life. Breathe this in deeply. Breathe out fear, worry, and doubt. Where do you want to be? See yourself there now, happy and confident. Feel yourself there. Breathe this image in. And breathe out fear, worry, and limiting thoughts. See yourself in this place, happy, vibrant, successful in the work you love to do. Breathe this in deeply. And breathe out any fear, worry, or limiting thoughts. You are the co-creator of your life. Breathe this in deeply. Release fear, worry, and limiting thoughts as you exhale and relax. What do you desire to surround yourself with? What does this look like, and how does it feel to you? Breathe this in, receive it, and then breathe out fear, doubts, and limiting thoughts. You are the co-creator of your life. Breathe it in. Release doubt and fear, worry, and concerns as you breathe out. Now see yourself healthy and fit. How do you look and how do you feel? Breathe this feeling in. Breathe the image in. And breathe out doubt and limiting thoughts. Now see yourself surrounded by supportive, loving people. What does this image look like? How does this feel? Breathe it in. Receive this. And then exhaling, release fear, doubt, and any limiting thoughts. You are the co-creator of your life. You co-create your reality. Breathe this in. Feel it to be so. Breathe out fear, doubts, and limiting beliefs. Hold this image in your feeling, breathing in beauty, life, and trust. Breathe out doubt, fear, worry, any limiting thoughts. Breathe in courage. Breathe in love and breathe out resentment. Breathe in gratitude and release complaint as you exhale. You are the co-creator of your life. You co-create your reality. Feel it. Trust it. Breathe it in. Continue to breathe in and out, relaxing the body, allowing this beautiful image into your feeling. And now, take a deep breath into your belly. Fill your body with this fresh, new energy through your breath. Little by little, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And very slowly, begin to open your eyes. Now, you're ready to create your vision board.
Okay. I hope that was all right for everybody. I know she was a bit out there, but I just wanted to kind of get you in that zone. So literally now, just grab a pen and paper and write down everything that you felt, everything that you saw, all those things that you felt that you wanted to be. What does your life look like? What clothes are you wearing? Who are you hanging out with? What does your perfect day look like? What are you doing for fun? What car are you driving? How much money have you got in your bank? You know, all of these things. Just spend a couple of minutes. I'm literally going to set like timer for 3 minutes and just write down everything, doesn't matter how it comes out. Okay, go. Okay, cool. My timer's going off, so that's just 3 minutes. I just want to have to share with you. Watch, Lexi, you're going to show everybody what you've written down. Lexi's been doing this as well. So what did you write down for your goals?
I wrote change the restaurants, change the food, change the books, go on holiday, go swimming.
Cool. So she asked me earlier because she wants to change the restaurants that Daddy takes her to because she doesn't want to go to those ones anymore. Which I thought was dead cute. So I just was like, that's a goal and that's something that she can work on and she can tell Daddy and we can work on that. That's really good, isn't it? So, right, so you've got an idea of like where you see your life and what you want it to look like. So now what you need to do is you need to look at your list and you need to think about what it is that you would like to achieve in 2018. And this is where your jars are coming in. This is where it gets fun. So what you should have, now Lexi has kindly decorated mine for me. So I don't get the fun part of decorating. She's taken it from me. So you're going to get 2 jars. Now one is going to be labelled. You get a label or you get a piece of paper and you can write on it as pretty as you like and put glitter on it, stickers on it, whatever you want. Goals for 2018. And you're going to put them in, put that as your label on your pot. So you can use a label or you can use like a piece of paper and some sellotape. And you're going to label that one. And this one, we're going to label gratitude. Now this one we're not going to put anything in today. This one we're going to save for next year. Okay, so this one, once you've written your label for gratitude, we're going to just pop it to one side and I'll explain what we do with that at the end. So this one is the goals jar. Now this is what you can get. You start prettifying it up. Grab your wine, grab whatever you want to do.
Or water in a wine glass.
Or water in a wine glass, as Lexi has got. We have. Can you not put that on that? Because that looks like it's going to fall. Thank you. I'm going to put some chill out music on as well. Because it's nice to have a bit of music to work by. Where's my Spotify gone? Spotify.
How do you spell people?
How do I spell people? P-E-O P-L-E. Okay, so once you've got your jar labelled, shouldn't take too long, and you can always pretty these up afterwards. Let's get through I want to get through it for you so that you can know what we're doing next. So you've got your jar goals. The reason I said you should have a lid is because we want to be able to put things in. And what we're going to do now is, I did have some post-it notes, but they've all vanished. So I've ripped up some bits of paper and I've got lots of different pieces of paper here. On each one of these, you're going to write a different goal for 2018. So it could be, now what I want you to ideally do, if you can, now this is something I learned from Susie Mitchell, is if you have your goal written down, first of all, it's scientifically proven that goals written down resonate in your brain better and longer. So get it written down in writing. And then I want you to try and draw it. I know it might sound ridiculous, but it could be just a picture of a house. It could be like stick men, but that uses the other side of your brain. And apparently when you do this, now I'm no psychologist, but this is what Susie Mitchell taught me, was that if you write things down by writing and you draw with the other side, it uses both sides of your brain. I'm saving to go to business. One way much. We are going to be putting things in these jars, yes. Basically now, this is where you can write your whatever goals you've got. So this can be your business goals, your personal goals, your emotional goals. What I recommend you do is each time you write one, get yourself a piece of paper and divide it into 4 and just write, you can write down these 4 headings actually. Personal attributes, so it might be like personal attributes or personal development. Don't worry if you don't have the jars ready. You can, like as Lexi's using glasses, but you can always just sort of make the pieces of paper and then you can go and find pretty jars at a later date. Lexi's labelled up my glasses for me.
Don't worry, we can take them off.
We can take them off, yes. So you're going to write down personal goals, materialistic goals. So this is all the stuff that you want to buy. Okay, so like car, house, shoes, handbag, new man. Buy a new one of those, right? Emotional goals. This could be something that you're working on. It might be like, so your personal goals might be fitness, health, personal development, how many books you want to read, things like that. Emotional goals might be sort of becoming stronger in yourself, believing in yourself more, having the confidence to speak at events, overcoming anxiety, depression, managing your stress, these things, all these things. And then business goals. So that's your 4 headings. I know this might sound really technical. Yes, sir. You've done a bit more. Can you have a look?
Go to people's house.
Yeah.
Party.
A party. Cool.
And go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Nice.
Change the cars. Change the shoes.
Cool. So Lexi's now added that she wants to go to parties more. She would go to people's houses more and change the shoes, change our car, and go for walks, which is lovely.
It's a shoe.
And the shoes, yeah, change the shoes. The headings again, they're personal development or personal attributes, materialistic goals, emotional goals, and business and financial goals. This way, just have fun, guys. Like, I'll show you some of the ones that I do. She's like, I'm going to write some. Do you want to write some of these on these little things so you can put them in your box?
This is how much.
Wow, you've written lots.
So what's these ones?
These are writing these ones. So you know you've written your goals out on your piece of paper. Now you write them on these, and you write one on each one, and then you fold it up and you put it in your pot. See, she can do it. She's 6. We can all do this.
Mum, I have to pick some from the restaurant on the table.
That's okay, babe.
You still never.
All right, so things like I've got NMD, that's my goal. I'm just going to wrap it up, fold it up, pop it in my jar. That's why I've got all my different colour pens. I did also think if you don't have jars, how cool of an idea is just to use your capsule pots. Ta-da! Freebies! Oh look, yeah, somebody else is doing it already. Fantastic, Rebecca. Oh yeah, you've got those as well. Oh, see, I'm not that original. But yes, these could not be better pots to use as your goal pots. Just decorate them pretty, and they've already got pretty lids then. Because I was actually thinking of a third pot that you could do, because you could do a goals one, you could do motivation, and then you could do like habits that you need to change, because that's something else that they go on about in the compound effect, is that you either need to develop new habits that are going to get you to that goal, or change old habits that are stopping you from getting to that goal. So you could do a habits pot, work out, sit down and write down what's all your bad habits that you've got that are stopping you. Are you watching too much telly? Are you going out drinking wine at the weekends? No, not me. Are you hanging around with the wrong people that aren't inspiring you? Are people dragging you down? Are you not getting to events? What's after SDD? SC, sales coordinator. You know, write down all the things that are stopping you from getting your goals, and then write down all the habits that you need to have, and I'll explain why we're putting them in the pots at the end. Right, so I have one in my pot. You got some in your pot? Mm-hmm. You're doing well, Lex. I don't even know what I'm writing. You're chatting too much. If anyone wants to share some of their goals, please feel free to post them in the chat. It would be lovely to see them. Yeah? What that? Look on mine?
Yeah.
Look on what? On there? I'm looking. Not yet.
You can tell them that you can also quit them out so you know it's done.
You can tell them that, go on then. Well, so when you've done, you don't want to. Okay. When you've Lexi was saying that when you've written them down on your piece of paper, you can cross it off the list that you've written on your piece of paper.
So you know you've done it.
Good idea, Lexi.
That's
Excellent.
done.
I'm training her up to be PMD by the time she's 18 and a half. So this one, I've tried to draw a boxing glove because I want to start up boxing in the new year and I want to get really fit because I'm really not.
You are.
Ah, you. She thinks I'm fit.
I do something. So I put them in them, I don't do the pictures. When I've done the words, I fold them up and then I open them up after I've done the pictures.
Okay. Dog wants up. Come on. Dog wants in on the action as well now.
Oh, I'm using a copy pen.
Yeah?
Yeah, look.
Oh yes, no. Cheers. Oh. Bounce 8 weeks after having your 8 weeks after having your third. You signed up to bounce. I hope you've got strong pelvic floor, young lady. 3 weeks, 8 weeks after having your third baby. Christ almighty. That's brave. DD, your commission comes up. Yeah. Huh?
You see my pen?
Pen lid? No. Oh, there's one
Yeah, I
here.
found it.
Oh. Oh, I've got a pen that's not got his lid on there, haven't I? Never mind, I'll find it in a minute. I'm not very good at drawing, so my pictures are slightly... Alright, I've got the good drawing skills of a 6-year-old. I've not got the good drawing skills of a 37-year-old, unfortunately, Lex.
Well, I think it's good.
Thanks, darling. I love you.
I love you too.
DD for you, wedding, pug puppies, less hours in the salon or more. Oh, you can do more than DD in 2018, Lindsay. You've already got you're already nearly there, for goodness sake. You can so do this. You should be aiming for SC or SSC in a year. For those of you that don't know, when I did my first year in the business, I did DD to SSC in 96 days by doing a 90-day game plan. And that is literally just about jumping in the deep end and absorbing yourself in this business and doing it every single day and working out. And that was because I had really clear goals from the start. I really you do need to aim higher, Lindsay. You can do DD this month. That's 2017 goal. You need to worry about big goals in the next year. In 3 months, I got to SSC, and within 2 months, I was earning £1,400 a month. I've never earned anything less. You know, it's totally possible if you really stick to it. All I knew is I knew exactly how much money I had because I was on benefits when I joined the business. I knew exactly how much money I needed to get off of benefits. And I knew how much I needed to earn. So I just went for it. I worked out what every product was worth. I worked out what every package was worth. I worked out how many I needed to sell each month. And I went for it. And I did SDD every single month, basically, in sales-wise. You know, I did 35 sales a month, every month, brought in 5 team members every month. The momentum I had was immense. Admittedly, yeah, I mean, I still bring in at least 20 sales a month. Admittedly, I don't bring as many team members in. That's probably where I've slacked this year. But, you know, I know where I've gone wrong. Start saving for a mortgage. QNMD by Barcelona, I like that. DD, finish my book. Captain the sports team. Jess, you can do more than DD. 2018, we're talking 12 months. 12 months. DD's 4 sales. We want to be getting way more than 4 sales in 12 months now. You know, you want to really start up-leveling your thoughts. You know, think big, because if you just aim for DD, you're really not going to give it absolutely everything. You're going to give it enough to get to DD. Whereas if you're aiming for QNMD, you know that you've got to work a damn sight harder than you have to get to DD. See, that's it. See, there's my girl. Well done. Honestly, you've got to really think big and you've got to believe in yourself that it's possible. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then none of this is going to happen and it's all a waste of your time. You've really got to start believing yourself, work out those bad habits, work out those good habits, and work out what sort of person it is that you need to become to get to that point. Danny's right. Think big. Danny's classic. You know, Danny's been in the business less time than me, and she's IMD. She's incredible. She's got a team of NMDs underneath her. She's amazing. Love you, Dan. PMD with 5 NMDs in my team by Barcelona. Love that, Danny. You so can do that as well. I don't know anyone that works harder than you. I really don't. I want to get my SDD before March holiday. Perfect. What a great goal to have, because then you've got your bonus and that'll help go towards your spending money. Love this. SSC, increased confidence. Hold an event. Great goal. Hold an event is a great goal. Honestly, I held a in-home event. What do we have in here? Change the clothes. Oh, okay. SDD legs for SSCs too. Holding an event is really important. It doesn't have to be a massive event. You can start off with an in-home event. What I did last week with a couple of my girls was we held a little in-home event, and I had a jamboree rep come round as well. Now that's the people that do nails. So we all just sat around this big table here and had a few glasses of wine. We had the nails out, and we played with the nails, had a few glasses of wine, and I started talking about the products that we have. And one of the girls is interested in joining the business. One of the girls is interested in joining and signing up for the gold plan. You know, it's just a little bit of fun. Keep it informal. Personal development books. So The Compound Effect. This book is like the #1 book that I would ever recommend to anybody without question. Anyone that's read it will recommend it to you 100%. This is by Darren Hardy, and it's available. You can listen to it. You can listen to it for free on SoundCloud. If you just Google it, you can listen to the audiobook. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I tell you what, if you're new to the business, your Bible really should be, the first book is The GoPro by Eric Worre. There's no other book that understands network marketing and our business like that does. I'm aiming to do part-time, JP home event. I'm aiming to do a part light. What's a part light? People not recognise me when I go home. Oh my God, is that Jess? She looks good. That's a great goal. See, that's a sort of great personal goal. Oh, party life. The Secret is a great book. The Secret is a great book. That's, again, this is very much The Secret. It's about this kind of process. Like, I'm going to do a vision boarding workshop as well. That's my next thing that I'm going to do. So this is kind of getting your goals down there, but I want to sit and do a vision boarding workshop as well at some point. But it's all about getting your goals written down and working them out, and then really focusing on visualizing them and bringing them into being. It's a little bit, it sounds a bit mumbo jumbo, but the way I liked it, someone explained it once, was let's just turn that off behind in the background. Someone explained it to me once that, you know, when you're going to buy a new car, or you, I don't know, want to have a baby. I know that when I wanted to have a baby, this one, I was planning this one. I wasn't planning the other one. When I was planning to have this one, everywhere I looked, there were pregnant women everywhere. Everywhere. They were just all over the place. Now, no doubt, all those pregnant women, well, not necessarily those ones, but there were lots of pregnant women around me before. But I didn't notice them because the brain is so influxed with so much information every single day that it cuts out 90% of the noise, so that you can focus on the bits of just getting through daily life, because otherwise your head would explode. So, but as soon as you start thinking about something, you bring it into your vision and you bring it into your mind more and more, and it recognizes it more everywhere you see it. So like when you're looking for that, you're thinking, oh, I might buy that Range Rover. And everyone's suddenly driving white Range Rovers, you know, or it might be, you know, the pregnant women, or it might be a Nando's. I don't know, you've got Nando's in your head, and all of a sudden you see Nando's everywhere, or adverts for Nando's, and you've got a craving for it, and you're like, for God's sake. So it's so true, you know, and that's the kind of principle of The Secret. So getting your goals out visually, where you see them and you visualize them every day and bring them to the forefront of your mind, then you're going to be working towards them, and the chances are going to happen. The situations are going to start coming towards you, and the opportunities, and that's where you have to start taking them. How's everyone getting on with their goals writing down? How's your pots looking? Let's have a look, see who's got how many in the pots. Anyone got any in the pots? Has anyone got any in the pots? Oh, we got some in the pots. Oh, loving it. I can see some pots with some bits in.
I haven't now.
Oh, it's just, Lexi's got like 2 glasses full of pots. I'm dreading opening these ones, to be honest.
Now I am.
Enjoying it. Cool.
Now I'm doing pictures of them too.
Oh, you're doing the pictures for them now. Oh, okay. So now she's picking them out and she's drawing the pictures for them. Mine's all on the phone. That's cool. The name of the book again. There's The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and there's The Secret and GoPro was the ones that I mentioned. Okay, so I'm going to give everyone a couple more minutes just to write a few more because I've not actually done that. I'm going to have to sit and do this after the call now because I'm like gassing. I've got a couple down on there. What was the last one I wrote in there? Got what it was. Oh, Alexi, I didn't know there were stars in this one. I've got like star glitter everywhere. Loads of it, like all these little tiny. Do you want some star glitter in yours? There's a magic wishy glitter. Wishy glitter.
Yeah. I had it with my.
Should we stick some stickers on mine? Oh, that's what I could have done with mine.
I already stick stickers.
Yeah, oh, they've not got a fitness one. They've not got the new emoji sticker. What have you got? Oh, you got stickers on there?
Yeah, but you can't put more on.
What should we? What sort of one should we have? Oh, I know. We could do like a camel on a holiday one, couldn't we?
Yeah.
There's all my pieces. Have you used up all the pieces of paper as well? Maybe.
I only took one of yours.
Oh, all of them.
One.
All of them. I only had one, Lexi.
Well, I had one.
Okay.
Just
Can you go and turn the heater off, babe?
heater.
Music stop.
It's a fire.
Fire heater.
How?
And down to the right. On the right, the other hand. That's it, down at the bottom. If you look at the side, that's it, get the right down at the bottom, there's some switches. Hold on, I'm trying to put the music back on. Oh, it's hot.
That's better. I'm really hot.
It is really hot.
And look what I'm wearing. Hot, hot. And so, and guess what?
What holiday are we going to go on next year next? We go back to Ibiza for a few weeks.
Yeah, that. Wait, is that where we found our new friend, Jessica? I think that was her name. Yeah, that was her name.
Huh?
Do you not remember?
No.
And I was crying because I didn't want to sleep.
No.
So weird.
Georgia. Well, where we had a little apartment and we had our own pool and everything this year.
Oh yeah, that was Spain.
Spain. Yeah.
Not like, not
I went to Spain.
huh?
Mallorca?
That was yeah. Can we go to Mallorca again?
Probably not, no.
No.
Yeah, so,
Are you doing some more pictures, or are you copying down to that?
struggling with emotional goals, it could be something like, is there anything that you're trying to overcome? Like, have you done an event? Have you spoken at an event? Are you nervous to put on an event? Have you delivered some Zoom calls? Do you worry about what people think about you? Things like that. Does that help? Here's what I wrote for last year, just to give you guys an idea of emotional goals. I wasn't a complete emotional wreck or anything. I was when I joined the business, but not now. Where's my emotional goals? So, improve strength in adversity. So that was like, you know, when you get the haters and they make you feel like shit. It was to kind of learn to rise above it. Yeah, worrying about what people think of you is such a massive thing, but as soon as you start to learn to let go of that, it's honestly massive. Like, I used to really care, and still everybody cares a little bit. But yeah, self-confidence, working on your self-confidence, that's a great goal. Maybe put an event to that self-confidence, maybe something that you want to do. Maybe it is that you want to speak at an event and do something like that, so then you can tick it off. It's kind of like a nice thing that you've done. I've put like, I want to be the best mum was one of my emotional goals. I felt like I wasn't always being the most present mum.
Always the best mum.
Oh, I promise I didn't pay her for that one. She's cute. It's because I've let her stay up late. She's so sweet. Learn to manage stress better, believe in myself more. Learn to accept help is a big one for me, especially when I get poorly. I struggle to ask for help, but this year I was really struggling, and I decided to ask all the mums at school to help me with the school runs, and they all helped me, and I overcame that so much quicker because I actually asked for help. So little things like that, really, really good exercise to get into, because honestly, I think if you can focus on the emotional goals, the business ones will kind of fall into place, because you'll be growing, and the more you grow, the reason I had such an amazing first year in the business is because I had a massive journey. I went from being bedridden, housebound, anxious, depressed, proper Billy no mates to basically the complete opposite, like living a really happy life. My journey just grew and grew. My business grew and grew. My health grew and grew. I was happier and happier and happier every day. And I was on this like mega high frequency. That's when the magic happens, because people are drawn to that energy. Okay, so we've only got like 5 more minutes to go. I'm just going to pause this music now. And I want to tell you quickly just 2 things. So your other pot is your gratitude pot. So now I really would love for you to continue doing this in your own time. Maybe sit down tomorrow when you've got half an hour, just spend a little bit more time writing these goals down, really thinking about what you want for 2018. Do it when you've got some peace and quiet to yourself. Put your own music on in the background, have your own cup of coffee or your own wine or whatever it is you want to do, and just really enjoy it. That's a very good book. Now, so your second pot is your gratitude pot. And the reason this is empty is you're going to start filling this up in 2018. So every time something fun, something amazing happens, I want you to write it down. Every time you have a really good day, I want you to write it down. It's a really good habit. Like I'm in the habit of, I do like 5 gratitude things a day. At the end of the day, I write them in a book. But my friend first gave me one of these pots in 2013, and I just found it. This was the exact pot, actually. And I've emptied it because I wanted to read all the bits in it. And it was silly little things in there. There was things like, today me and the girls went for a lovely walk and nobody argued. Like, that was a cool memory. Like, that was important to me. That was great. Today we went to the zoo. We all had a great time. Today my mum rang and said that she was feeling really healthy. Today my mum rang and said that her arthritis is clearing up. Little things like that. So anything positive, that those little moments that you think, I want to remember that. I want you to write it on another piece of paper. So keep this jar and pad of Post-it notes next to your bed, so that when you go to bed at night and you're thinking, right, what can I add to my jar? Even if it's one thing a day, what can I add to my jar tonight? What one thing today was great that was worth going in my pot of positivity and my pot of gratitude? Keep it closed, leave it in there, and have a little look to empty it out at the end of next year, and look back at all the beautiful little moments that you've probably forgotten about that have happened across your year. it will make you realise that whether it was a good year or a bad year, that there was lots and lots of good bits in it, and there was lots of things to be grateful for and lots of happy moments. And then the reason I wanted you to have a lid on your goals part is because when you're feeling down and you're feeling like you're thinking, I'm having a really shit time, I haven't got any customers, or whatever it is that's going wrong in your life, just get your pots out. Like if you're feeling like you're perhaps watching too much telly, or you know you've drunk too much and you've gone on a bender the weekend before and you've wasted an entire Sunday and you're thinking, oh my God, woe is me. Monday morning, forget Sunday, get your goals out, pick out one, open it, read it, visualize it for a minute, and pop it back in, and just focus on that, and pick out a different one each day, or pick out a different one each week whenever you're feeling like it, whenever you're feeling down. And just remind yourself of the goals that you're working towards. The reason you need to have your ones written down, another really good exercise just to do when you've got time, is once you've written down your goals, on the back of your paper, write down all your bad habits that you've got in one column that stop you achieving these goals. And then in the other column, write down all your good habits that you need to pick up. So what good habits do you need to do? Do you need to stay more consistent? Do you need to give up TV? Do you need to start putting yourself in front of other people more? Do you need to ask for help more? Do you need to speak to your upline and ask for more help? Do you need whatever it is you need? And then obviously maybe it's stop drinking so much wine if that's affecting your productivity. Maybe it's giving up coffee. Maybe it's going for a walk more. Whatever it is that you think is holding you back or that could propel you forward, write them down. And really that's it. That's like my hour-long kind of goal-setting little workshop that I wanted to put on for you guys. I do hope that you've enjoyed it and you found it useful in any way. I love this. Going to share this with my little sisters. They struggle being positive. Oh, I love that. And the kids are going to love it. Honestly, kids loving it, you know. Made a mood board. Every day you colour in the square for how you feel, like a traffic light system. I love that, Fran. That's awesome. Oh, have you like drawn that out, or have you printed it off from somewhere? I'd love to see that. I'm really glad that you've really enjoyed. Oh, the best call by far. I need to screenshot this. Like, this is going in my pot of positivity. It really is. Where's that one going? Best call by far. See, love that. I just took a photo of it. I love it, honestly. It's little moments like that. That's really made my day. So I really appreciate those comments from you guys. And I hope I haven't bored you all too much. And if you want me to do this again anytime, or run something for your teams, if you haven't got your teams on or whatever, please do let me know. I'd like to sort of start doing this a little bit more often for other people. And it's all just a bit of fun, really. So I hope you all have a lovely evening. See you later from me, and see you later from Lexi. Say bye, Lexi. Bye. Bye. I don't know how to stop it now.